I am just about to change the strings on this new guitar that Michelle and I just got. I'll tell you a little bit more about it in just a minute, but I felt like I hadn't just kind of chatted with you guys in a little while, and so I thought I'd hop on a live stream and just kind of hang out and tell you a little bit about what I'm doing and this new guitar and that sort of thing, and also just chat. If you guys have any questions, any song requests, things like that, you can drop them in the chat. I'll kind of take a peek when I can and just kind of chat with you as I'm going through this. And I'm gonna try to rip through it pretty quick because I actually need to go help Michelle. She's in the kitchen cooking some dinner and I wanna go in there and help her quick, but I needed to get these strings changed. So with that in mind, I'm gonna dive into the string change, hit me with any questions, all that kind of stuff. Thank you for chiming in, guys. I'm stoked to hang out with y'all. So this guitar we just picked up, my wife and I, Michelle, we just picked this up from Breedlove in Bend, Oregon at their custom shop. We went and we got to take a tour and check out some of their guitars and take one with us to make some videos with. So this is our newest guitar. It's a Breedlove Performer Pro from their Organic Pro line. And it's super cool. It's a really great guitar, but the strings on it are a little different than the strings that I like to keep on my guitars and play with. And so I'm gonna swap these out, even though they're basically brand new strings. They're not bad, they're just, I'm a little picky about the strings that I use and stuff. So I think these strings are mediums and they're uncoated. My favorite strings are these Elixir NanoWeb 8020 HD lights. We put these on every acoustic guitar that we own and even the new ones. So these strings are coming off, the new strings are going on. So let me know if you guys have any questions. First thing I'm gonna do is kind of pull these strings off, clean the guitar, put the fresh ones on, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, what's up guys? Thank you for dropping in and dropping some comments and stuff. I appreciate it. How are y'all doing? Are you having a good kind of start to the holiday season and stuff? Doing anything cool today? Having a nice Sunday? Let's see. Do you think it's better to use electric guitar strings for an acoustic guitar? Do you think it's better to use electric guitar strings for an acoustic electric guitar? No, you want to use acoustic guitar strings for a acoustic electric guitar. So like this guitar is also an acoustic electric, so it's got like a tuner there and that sort of stuff, you know, controls volume, all that kind of stuff. So for an it depends a little bit, but in most situations, for an acoustic electric guitar, you want to use acoustic strings. Good question, great question. When did you start playing guitar? David Flores asks. I started playing guitar when I was about 14 years old. I'm 31 now, so that's math. That's like 16 years ago, I think. That sounds right, about right. Yeah, so I've been playing for, I guess, about 15 or 16 years, something like that. And I've been teaching here on YouTube since about 2014, so no, 2014 or 2015, so almost 10 years that I've been teaching here on YouTube. And a side note about that, about me learning guitar and starting guitar, I actually learned guitar from YouTube as well, like you guys are doing. So I learned from people like Marty Schwartz and Justin Guitar and that sort of thing. And that's a big part of why I started teaching on YouTube, was to kind of give back to that same community that I got so much out of learning guitar on. And I started that, and then it ended up being able to kind of be the thing that I could turn into my career, and I'm extremely lucky to have done that. So highly recommend learning on YouTube. I did it, and if I can do it, everybody else can too. So yeah. Let's see. What's your favorite band? Oh, that's a good question. It changes all the time. I'd say, quick side note before I get into that. So I just loosened up the strings, so they're all loosey-goosey now. I'm gonna pull these up out of here from the tuning pegs, pull them out of the guitar, and we'll get everything cleaned up. So favorite band, it really changes a lot all the time. Some of my original musical inspirations with guitar specifically were like Keith Urban, John Mayer, Taylor Swift. Those were probably my three top. Oh, Jack Johnson too. Jack Johnson, I would say, is my biggest, like most consistent musical inspiration. And he's not really a band, but I would consider him also probably my most consistent favorite musician, if that kind of fits the question. Jack Johnson, I always go back to his music. he's very inspiring to me as not only a musician, but just as a person. I like the way he lives his life and draw a lot of inspiration from him musically and non-musically. Um, but yeah, it changes a lot. I would say those maybe are the most consistent and the top ones. But I listen to all kinds of different music, so I don't just listen to like bands and guitar music. I listen to like a lot of EDM music actually. So lately I've been really into John Summit and San Holo. Um, I love going to like festivals and stuff like that when I can. I haven't been to one in a while actually, but I used to go to festivals and stuff like that all the time. So um, those are some of my favorites. I like rap music too, a lot. So, but I would say the one that I always go back to, if I had to pick one kind of favorite, it would probably be just like Jack Johnson overall, and Taylor Swift right up there too. So, let's see. Should I get a guitar with low action? Yes, that's a great question. Uh, so yes, ideally you want to play a guitar, you want to pick a guitar up and get a guitar that's as comfortable as possible for you specifically to play. You want to have it in your lap if you can, and sit there and play it. And if it feels comfortable to you, that's what you're looking for, right? That's kind of like the baseline, kind of semi-obvious thing to say. The other side of that is if you find a guitar that you really love, then you can actually take it to a guitar shop and get what's called a setup. Uh, and basically what that does, so if you find a guitar that you love, but you maybe like it's not like the best in terms of action and stuff like that, it could use a little bit of love, but you love the guitar, you can get a setup. And basically what that does is, it's a little different with every guitar, but for an acoustic guitar, they can lower this part, which is called the saddle, and then they can also make adjustments here to the nut, and then they can also make adjustments to the truss rod that runs inside of the neck. And those will make the guitar have lower action and be more comfortable to play. So ideally, when you pull a guitar off the wall at like Guitar Center or Sweetwater or your local music shop, even better, you want it to be as comfortable to play as possible. But if it needs a little bit of love to just get to the perfect kind of sweet spot for playability, take it in for a setup. They're usually like $50 or $60, depending on where you take it and what your local, guitar shop charges. But it's very, very worth it. And it also is good to get that done every once in a while, just anyways. It's not really like a one-time thing. It just depends on how much you play. But if you play kind of like incrementally here and there, maybe once a year or so, it's really good to get a setup done. If you play a lot, like when I was gigging a lot back like 5 to 10 years ago, when I was gigging all the time, I would get my guitar, my main stage guitar, set up like once every 3 months or so. And every single time I was shocked by how much better it played after I got the setup done. So it's a little extra expense, but if you're playing a lot, or if you just have one guitar that you want to really play amazingly, then dude, get a setup. It's a good idea. So, but always, yeah, low action, almost always better, other than for a few specific playing styles. Also, sorry for the weird noise. That's a little squeaky. So this Breedlove and most Breedloves have what's called a pinless bridge. So they don't have pins that you have to pull out to keep the strings in place. So what you do is you just kind of pull them through the end slot there on the bridge. And I love that because it makes it really fast and easy to change the strings on here, but it can be a little squeaky and noisy. So if you're wondering what that sound is, that's what I'm kind of pulling just off of camera here. So got the first one out, the low E. Let's see, any tips on bar chords? Yeah, totally. I've made a couple videos about this, and my wife Michelle also has an entire course on bar chords for beginners. Bar chords is one of those things that it's really, really tough for pretty much all beginner guitarists, me included. Like, it took me a long time to really get bar chords down. I would say I didn't really have bar chords down, like down, until maybe almost 2 years into playing guitar. I just really struggled with them. But once you have them, and you have them forever, really, unless you like stop playing for a long time and kind of lose your finger strength or flexibility. But you're not going to do that because you're learning from me and other awesome YouTube guitar teachers. But That said, I do have a video on the F chord and the B minor chord, which are usually most people's first two bar chords. So if you search like the Groovy Guitar Dude F chord and the Groovy Guitar Dude B minor chord, those should pop up, and those have a lot of really good tips and more detailed. But just to really quickly summarize, um, I don't have all these strings pulled out yet, but I'll show you a quick couple just little things. So first of all, a lot of what it has to do is thumb position. So on the back, you want to kind of just practice experimenting and rotating your thumb while you're playing that bar chord. So, that's like an F chord shape without the strings. Work on just kind of adjusting your thumb a little bit and see if there's an angle that your thumb it can be on the back of the neck that gives you just a little bit more strength. Because that's what it's really all about, is getting a lot of strength here in your index finger. So that's a kind of a piece of advice. Also, there's things like getting your fingers tall. There we go. Sorry, having a hard time keeping it kind of on frame without banging it up against the table. So basically, like you see how my fingers are really tall up on there, like these fingers here, they're very tall up off of the frets. So that can be really helpful too, because that gives you not only more strength in your bar chord, but also it prevents you from accidentally laying these fingers too flat and muting strings underneath it. So I'd say those are the two tips I'll give right now off the top of my head. But like I said, go check out search the Groovy Guitar Dude F chord, the Groovy Guitar Dude B minor chord, and I really show some really good hands-on examples there and go into a little bit more detail. Everybody struggles with those, so don't feel bad about it. That's the main thing. Don't be discouraged or feel bad because you're having a hard time with it. Every beginner guitarist I've ever known or taught has had a hard time with bar chords early on. Totally normal. And also, again, my wife does have a course on bar chords for beginners. It's great. It gives you everything that you need to know. She shares everything that I would want to share. It's called Bar Chords for Beginners. No, it's called Bar Chord Breakthrough. Sorry, Michelle. But check it out. It's really, really useful. And like I said, it gives you everything that I would give you too, as far as like tips for beginner bar chords. And everybody that's taken it so far, has taken the course, has said really great things about it and come a long way in their guitar journey from what we know. So yeah. Okay. Quick side note, and I'll get some more comments. I just pulled the strings off. So again, for those just chiming in, this is a new guitar that my wife and I got from Breedlove. We just visited Breedlove's custom shop in Bend, Oregon. This is a Breedlove Performer Pro. And yeah, it's an awesome guitar, but the strings on it were a little different than the strings. It's brand new too, but the strings, even though they were new on it, were not the kind of strings that I typically like to have on my guitars. So we're putting some fresh strings on it. I'm putting some fresh strings on it to get it just kind of set up so we can use it in videos and play the way we want it to play. So the strings we're putting on are these Elixir 8020 HD lights. These are my absolute favorite strings, and my wife Michelle loves them too. Put them on every acoustic guitar we own. So these are the ones that are going on. So I'm gonna see. Just kind of chiming into the comments, scrolling down a little bit. Have you ever used copper strings? Are they used in Dust in the Wind, for example? I have not. Really the only, at least not to my knowledge. I mean, I've played a bunch of different guitars, and sometimes you don't know what strings are on what guitars and stuff. So there's a chance I played them in, at some point, but I never have like sought them out specifically. Like I said, these ones are the ones that I almost always play, are these 8020 bronze. And then I've also played the kind of standard phosphor bronze quite a bit, like most people have. But yeah, no, I don't really know anything about copper strings. I've heard of people using them, but I really don't know much about them other than that. So yeah. Quick little side note too. So I'm about to start feeding the new strings, and I was commenting on this earlier for anybody who's just getting here. So Breedlove guitars have what's called a pinless bridge. So most acoustic guitars have pins that hold the strings in place on the bridge. But Breedloves don't have that. They have a pinless bridge, so you can feed the string through and don't have to it kind of feeds through the slot in the bridge there, and you don't have to actually deal with pins. So it's kind of a personal taste thing, but I actually love it. It makes it really easy for string changes and just fast and simple. Oh, cool, quick little tip too. For anybody that's using a guitar with a pinless bridge like this. So I don't know how this is going to show up on camera. I guess you can kind of see it like in my face a little bit or against my shirt. Sometimes it is a little bit difficult to get the strings up through the slot on the bridge, but what you can do is take the little thin part at the end here of the new string and kind of bend it at a slight angle. Like it doesn't have to be all the way like 90-degree angle, but slight angle. And then you feed it up through the slot and boom, there it goes. It goes straight through and real easy. So that kind of took me a long time to figure out. I used to have all kinds of problems with that because I didn't realize that you could do that. But it's something that has helped me out a lot in changing these guitars that have pinless bridges. So, oh yeah, there we go. Cool. Okay, got that first low E slotted through there. Come down. What's your top 3 favorite acoustic guitars to play? Oh, that's a good question from Caleb. So it changes all the time, really, if I'm honest. This year I've played, the guitar I've played the most, the acoustic guitar I've played the most has been, oh my gosh, I just realized I forgot to clean the guitar. Okay, we already have one string in, but I'm gonna do a really quick little wipe down. I always, anytime you're changing your strings, try to clean your guitars because it's a really good opportunity to get to those dusty spots that you can't always get to. I usually remember that, but I was talking, so I forgot. This guitar is also brand new, so it doesn't need much, but I'm just gonna give it a quick little wipe down. Michelle and I like to use this Music Nomad, the guitar one. It's like a, like a cleaning sauce for your acoustic guitars that are glossy. This is a glossy guitar, so we can use this one on here. And yeah, we just give it a good little wipe down up underneath where the strings usually sit, that sort of thing. Kind of just give it a good wipe down to get any dust off. Like I said, this is a new guitar, so it really doesn't have that much. But it's nice to just go ahead and wipe everything down while you got the strings off, especially up under the headstock or on the headstock as well. Get up underneath where the strings usually sit because that stuff gets dusty quick. Yeah, get your, fingerprints off and all that kind of stuff. I already have a string on here, so I'm not really gonna do a whole lot, but just enough to give it a good little quick wipe down just to make it easy. Okay, cool. Good enough for right now. Where did I put that clear little cap? Oh, there it is. Cool. Okay. 3 favorite acoustic guitars from this year, or just in general. The one that I've played the most this year is our Zager ZAD 900E. That guitar is just a wonderful guitar, and I've loved using it in my videos. I love the way that it sounds in videos. It's quite an expensive guitar, but I feel like for what it is, it's actually a pretty good value. Yeah, Zager ZAD 900E. It's an awesome guitar. I've really, really loved using it over the past year, like all the time. That's been kind of the go-to. I love my old Breedlove that I used to make a ton of videos with back in the day. I actually don't have it with me right now. Michelle has the same exact guitar, my wife, and we don't have it with us right now. It's in storage because we didn't want them to get damaged while we were traveling. And we're hoping to get them back soon because we just moved, actually. We kind of fully settled down in a new spot just a few days ago. So we're actually hoping to get the rest of our guitars from Texas pretty soon, hopefully. We'll see how it actually shakes out. We're kind of working on a plan with that. But yeah, so I'd say maybe number 2 is my Breedlove. And number 3 favorite is probably, oops, I'm spinning that the wrong way because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm talking. Number 3 is, it changes all the time, but another one that I don't have with me right now that is kind of an all-time favorite is my Faith Blood Moon Neptune. I also used to use that one in lessons a whole lot. It was the first guitar that a company ever sent me as a, like a you know, to use in my videos, right? It was the first guitar I didn't have to pay for, basically. And it's a wonderful, wonderful guitar. I miss it a lot because same thing, that one is currently in storage back in Texas, and I'm hoping to be able to get it soon because I miss it a lot. So yeah, anyways. Okay, so we're moving right along here, getting this low E string tightened up. I actually feel like I need to back it off again and give it a little bit more slack. I don't think I gave it quite enough slack. All right, favorite Taylor Swift song? Begin Again, no question. I have a lot of Taylor Swift songs I love, but Begin Again, all-time favorite Taylor Swift song, no question. I love it. I love everything about it. It's my go-to song anytime I am like trying out a guitar. That's one of the ones I always just come back to like kind of experiment and test out a new guitar, because it's got a lot of, it's like a beautiful, like it has beautiful picking, like finger picking, and it also has beautiful strumming. It kind of just has everything you want to try out and test a new guitar with. And so, yeah, Begin Again is my favorite. I have a lot that I love. I love All Too Well, the original and the 10-minute version. But yeah, Begin Again is my easy, no question, top favorite Taylor Swift song. Okay. Let's see. Do you play any other instruments other than guitar? I do, yeah. I play ukulele, and I teach ukulele on my channel a little bit too. I'm trying to do a little bit more of that. I filmed a ukulele course earlier this year, and that is currently actually on like a crazy sale. It's like $1 or something like that on Domestika. So I've been playing a little bit more uke this year and filming with my uke a little bit more, teaching some more songs and stuff. So uke would be my definite second instrument. I have a few others that I do too, like I play a little bit of piano, just like some of my favorite songs, and my wife and I have we have a few like acoustic drums, like we got some like bongos and stuff like that. So I don't know if that really counts. Definitely wouldn't consider myself a drummer, but yeah, guitar and ukulele are my main two instruments. I'd like to play a lot more though if I, you know, could find time to do that. All right, let's see. How do you change chords so quickly? That is a good question. I talk about that a little bit in my beginner guitar course, the Groovy Guitar Guide, which is actually still on its Black Friday sale, and I think it's linked in this live stream too, if I remember right. I talk about that a little bit and tips for kind of transitioning chords quickly and better and that sort of thing. But the main thing that I would recommend, first of all, is, it's going to sound like such a stereotypical thing to say, practice, of course. You know, the more times that you practice changing in between two chords, the more quickly you're going to be able to change in between those chords. Just the more times you do it, the easier it gets. So that's the obvious one. Sorry for, you know, saying that one obvious thing, because I know it's like, what's that saying? Like, I don't know, beating a dead horse or whatever, but yeah, practice is the number one thing. The other thing I would recommend too that you don't always see people talk about is look for common finger positions between the chords that you're switching between. So for example, again, if you're new here on the live stream, I'm changing strings right now, so I don't have all my strings, but let's say you're doing like an E minor shape, right? So that's like an E minor shape, but without the strings. So let's say you want to go from an E minor to a G. Well, basically your index finger is actually going to stay in the same place for both of those chords, E minor to a G chord. So what you can do is you actually use that as kind of like almost like an anchor position. So you have your E minor chord there, your index finger can stay in the same spot. All you got to do is move your middle finger and your ring finger, or your pinky, depending on how you're playing it, and you're there. And finding commonalities between the two chords you're switching between like that can help you just have less to think about and less kind of muscle memory to have to worry about while you're in the early stages of learning chord transitions. After you do it for a long time, it's just snappy and immediate, or it'll get to that point. But it takes a while to get there. And yeah, it's most of it is a practice thing, but there's a few tricks like that like commonalities between chords that can really help the speed quite a bit. So yeah. Okay, quick side note, this is a little silly, but I have you guys sitting on my water. So I'm gonna take you off of there for a second and I'm gonna get a sip because I'm talking so much that my throat's getting a little scratchy. Okay. That's a little crooked. There, yeah, that's about where we were, right? Okay, how did you meet Guitar Goddess? Oh, this one's cool. This is a good question. I like this one. Okay, so for anybody just joining in too, real quick, I'm changing the strings on Michelle and I's new Guitar Goddess and I's new Breedlove guitar that we just got from their custom shop in Bend, Oregon. We went to go visit them. They let us take one back with us to make some videos with. So it's a brand new guitar, but it didn't have the strings that I wanted on there. So I'm putting the fresh strings that I love on there, which are these Elixir Nano Web 8020 HD lights. Those are my favorite acoustic guitar strings. Michelle and I put them on everything, all of our acoustic guitars that we own. So how did I meet Guitar Goddess? I had a crush on Guitar Goddess from afar for a very long time. Her and I have been we'd been kind of like internet friends for a long time, probably since like, I don't know, 2015 or 16 or something like that. Around the time that I started my YouTube channel, I kind of started commenting on her videos and reached out to her and just, you know, like I really liked the videos she made. I thought she was awesome and I really liked the way that she taught and she seemed like a really friendly, cool person. And so I kind of would comment on her videos here and there. And over time, I developed a crush on her. And anyways, she lived in the Chicago area, Northwest Indiana, but pretty close to Chicago. And I lived in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Texas. So we were very far apart, so there really wasn't an easier, convenient way for us to be able to meet up with each other. But in 2019, I took a trip to go visit her and also visit some family that I have that lives in Chicago. And we met and we made some videos together and we just hit it off immediately. It was awesome. We just immediately just clicked like two peas in a pod. And so we started dating towards the end of 2019. And then, yeah, we just celebrated our 3-year anniversary of being married in early November. So yeah, that's kind of the very condensed version, but that's how I met Guitar Goddess. I had a crush on her for a long time, got to finally meet her and hang out with her in 2019, and now we've been married for just over 3 years. All right, what's a good guitar for intermediate players that's not so pricey? That's a great question. So the question is, just in case I mumbled through that, what's a good good guitar for an intermediate player that's not too pricey? So I'm assuming we're talking about an acoustic guitar, probably. So the easy recommendation that I have right now, and we just got this guitar, so I'm still feeling it out, but really love it so far. This guitar actually would be a really good fit for that. This is the Breedlove Organic Pro Performer Pro, and it's a little pricey, but it's not crazy for like a good intermediate to slightly upper end guitar. I think this one is around $1,100 or $1,200, but it's all solid wood, and it's got great built-in electronics here with built-in tuner, all that kind of stuff. Really, really good guitar. Breedlove makes excellent guitars just all around. So that one's an easy recommend because I'm literally, you know, have it in my hands right now. But, you know, as far as like intermediate guitars go, acoustic guitars, there's like some higher end Yamahas or mid-range, you know, upper kind of mid to high range Yamahas that are really, really nice. Everything I've played and heard from Yamaha, their guitars punch well above their price range, basically, would be a good way to say it. Orangewood also makes guitars that punch well above their price range. So Orangewood has a lot of entry-level guitars, but they also have some good options in the mid-range kind of area. If I was an intermediate guitarist, I kind of am an intermediate guitarist, maybe like intermediate to advanced if I want to be generous to myself. But if I was an intermediate guitarist on a budget looking for a guitar, I would probably get something like this Breedlove Performer Pro, or anything really, almost anything in the Breedlove Organic Pro line. Again, it's just fresh on my mind because we just visited the Breedlove custom shop and I have one in my hands right now. So take that as it will be. It may be just a little bit biased, but I really dig these guitars. So far, my first impressions with them have been really good over the last week or so. I've always been a fan of Breedloves. If you don't know, or if you're a little bit new around here, my guitar that I started my channel with was an intermediate kind of mid-range Breedlove, actually. It's called a Breedlove, they don't make it anymore, but it's called a Breedlove Atlas Stage C25 SRE. That's the guitar that I built my channel with originally back in the day. I still have it. It's still one of my favorite guitars to this day. They don't make that exact model anymore, but this guitar right here, this Breedlove Performer Pro, is kind of like the modern day, current day equivalent of that guitar. So I would definitely check out some of Breedlove's kind of mid-range models, and I would look into some of Orangewood's higher end models, and maybe Yamaha's kind of mid to upper range guitars as well. Those are all kind of guitars that I feel like kind of punch above their price range in that kind of area. If I was an intermediate guitarist looking for a good kind of budget step up. All right, let's see. Thanks for dropping in, Eric. Hope you have a good rest of your Sunday as well. Appreciate the positivity, man. The more time you spend on it, the faster you get. From Northern Chimp. Yeah, so like I'm thinking that's probably talking about chord changes. You know, that's exactly right. It's really, with guitar, man, just, it's such a cliche or a trope for a reason, but the more time you spend with the guitar doing whatever technique or song or whatever it may be that you're trying to improve on, the easier it's gonna get. I know it's such like almost like a cop-out answer kind of situation or whatever. I kind of hated when people said stuff like that whenever I first started playing, but it really is true, especially with things like chord changes. The more it's repetition, right? It's muscle memory. The more you do it, the easier it's gonna get. Even if it's really hard and really, really slow at first, that's what I always say, is like, practice whatever it is that you're trying to learn on guitar slowly as you need to, and then as you get more comfortable with it, work on building up your speed from there. You can learn how to play literally anything that you want to on guitar by doing that. Literally anything. Okay. Send me a set of nylon guitar strings. Well, I don't really play nylon string guitar at all, and so I don't think I can do that. I don't have a set of nylon guitar strings. I wouldn't even know where to start as far as buying a set of nylon guitar strings. I'd have to probably try some different ones out to find something I liked, honestly. Okay, so little quick side note too, for anybody who may be new here, I'm changing the strings on my wife and I's new Breedlove Organic Pro Performer Pro. We just visited Breedlove in Bend, Oregon a few days ago, and got a tour. It was so fun, got to meet the team there. Way cool. They hooked us up with this guitar to use in our videos, and it came with this new guitar, came with new strings, but I'm a little picky about my strings, so I had to put a set of my favorite Elixir strings on the guitar to get it ready for filming some videos with, and I just wanted to hang out with you guys. And as a side note, here's the tool that I'm using. This is a Music Nomad string tool. I don't know if you can see the little logo there, but yeah, it's like a Music Nomad string tool, and it has all of the kind of little tools and stuff that you need to change your strings. So it's got the little cutter thing for cutting your strings, and then it's got like a winder here for helping you wind your strings faster, and it's got a pin puller there. I don't know, well, that's showing up. There you go. Yeah, pin puller, so you can scoop out your pins when you need to. So yeah, that's like kind of our favorite tool to use. It's just got everything in one thing, so it makes it easy. Bill said this should be a movie. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you to say. I'm enjoying it. I used to do this kind of stuff a lot, do like live streams and just kind of sit and chat with you guys. I do it a little bit more frequently on Instagram than I do on YouTube, but today I felt like going on YouTube because, I don't know, I just felt like going on YouTube. But I miss it. I like getting to just sit here and chat with you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it too. I figured I was just going to be sitting here changing the strings by myself, and I'd rather change it with some friends on YouTube instead. So yeah, I'm almost done. I'm actually getting kind of close to being done. Guitar Goddess said, "Hi, it's me. Hi, I'm enjoying the live stream." That would be my wife. She is actually in the kitchen just on the other side of the camera. So we just moved to a new place literally a few days ago. And the area we're moving to has a community potluck tonight that we are going to. And we're very excited about it. She is in the kitchen right now getting started on the dish that we're bringing to the potluck tonight. And after I finish changing the strings on here, I'm gonna go help her out. So she is hanging out, but yeah. She said, "Thanks for changing the strings." You're welcome, babe. No problem. I'm excited for us to get to enjoy this guitar together with the new strings. I'm getting close to being done here. I'm on the G string, and I just gotta do the B and high E, and then I will be done changing the strings. But yeah, do you guys have any other questions you'd like to chime in with or anything like that? Anything I can help with? Song requests? Like I said, we just moved. Whoa, that was a hummingbird. I don't know if you guys saw that, but there's a hummingbird feeder right above me. And there's a hummingbird that just just flew right by my head. But yeah, do you guys have any song requests or anything? We've been moving recently, and so I haven't actually filmed much the last like week or so. But I'm about to start filming a ton. We're kind of settling into the new place, and yeah, I'm gonna start filming again a ton like tomorrow. So if you have any song requests, now is a really good time to drop them off for me because I have some in mind. I have a short list of ones that I'm like gonna start with, but I kind of am gonna try to plan to go back to teaching a new or having a new video go out almost every day. That's kind of my plan. It'll be a little bit more of like the short form kind of stuff because that stuff is a little bit easier to turn around fast. But yeah, I'm hoping to put a new video out again just about every day, which I used to do back in the day, and it's a lot to keep up with, but it's very rewarding. I like really feel like I'm helping a lot of people and super on top of my work whenever I'm getting a new video out every day like that. So that's probably on the way soon. I'm gonna do some Christmas songs coming up, some holiday songs. So I have a few in mind. I've taught a lot over the years. I usually teach a good batch of holiday songs pretty much every year. This year, I think I'm gonna teach a lot short form because I haven't really taught a lot of holiday songs in like a short form way until, this year. And maybe I did a little bit last year, but yeah, this year I think I'm gonna hit the short form holiday song stuff pretty hard. And then yeah, there's just a lot of good music coming out right now, like good new music. I haven't had a good batch of new music in a while, but it feels like kind of the last few months this year has been pretty good for like new music coming out. What are you guys listening to right now? Everybody just got their Spotify Wraps. Anybody want to like chime in with some of their Spotify Wrapped songs that they're kind of their Spotify Wrapped top songs and artists and stuff? Michelle and I just watched ours earlier. I use mostly Apple Music, but I use Spotify a little bit too. And it's kind of funny to see the difference because I have my like Apple Music replay. Michelle has her Spotify Wrapped, and I'll check my Spotify Wrapped too, but it's usually like my Spotify Wrapped isn't very accurate to what I actually listen to. It's just kind of like some random songs, but then my Apple Music is like usually right on. So this year I listen to a lot of EDM. So some of my favorite EDM songs from this past year were at the top of my Spotify or my Apple Music replay or whatever they call it. Um, but I had a few other ones too. Like my top artist was Taylor Swift, of course, and Michelle's was too on her Spotify Wrapped. Sorry if you were gonna wait and put that on like Instagram or something, babe. Sorry, I just spoiled your Spotify Wrapped thing. If you're gonna do a post about it or anything, but yeah, Michelle and I's top artist was both Taylor Swift. I had a lot of EDM on my Apple Music this year, my Apple Music replay thing. And I've been listening to a lot of Gregory Alan Isakov. So I love Amsterdam is my favorite song by him. And it's a beautiful one. But I listened to a lot of his stuff this year. So I had some of his music on my top thing. But yeah, yep. Okay, getting close, just getting the high E string going. Boom. Okay, cool. We're all strung up. So anybody that's new here, just chiming in, I've been changing the strings on my wife and I's new Breedlove Performer Pro. We just visited Breedlove at their custom shop in Bend, Oregon, got to take a tour, and they sent us with this to be able to make some cool videos with. And we're really excited. It's a brand new guitar, but it did come with some strings on it that I was not particularly fond of. I'm a little bit picky about my strings, so I just put my absolute favorite Elixir NanoWeb AD20 HD light strings on it. And we're pretty close to being done with the string change. I'm gonna get tuned up real quick here, and then we will clip the strings and try it out and be good to go. This guitar does have a built-in tuner on it too, which I am a sucker for because I'm a little bit lazy about if I have to like go find a tuner, like a clip-on tuner or something like that. I feel a lot better whenever I can just, do my little quick built-in tuner and get a pick. Close here. Man, I got these all pretty close. That's exciting. Oh, I just noticed my phone is about to die too, so we won't stay on for a whole lot longer. But it's like perfect timing because, ooh. Okay, I got all of them except for the high E string close. They, kind of lucky the high E string didn't pop there because it was a little bit too sharp. Nice, they're already setting in nice and good too. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, this Breedlove and all Breedloves, or most Breedloves at least, have a pinless bridge, which means they don't have the bridge pins there that hold the strings in place. They just have kind of a slotted thing where the string goes through the bridge and then pops out the top, and then that's how you do it. And I love those because it makes this changing the strings really easy and really fast. I say that. Now I've realized that I've almost been on this live stream for about 45 minutes, but I've also been talking while I've been doing it. Oh my gosh. Oh, that sounds good. Feels a lot better too. Oh. My wife, Michelle, is gonna be so stoked about how that feels and sounds. That's awesome. That feels and sounds way, way better. Give it one last little tune up. Nice. Oh, is that the moon? Oh my gosh, can you guys see the moon behind me? That's cool. It's like 3:30 here and the moon is right up there behind me. That's really cool. It's pretty. Okay, cool. So guitar is all done, ready to go, other than just gotta clip these dudes off. The little extra bits. So I'm using, again, this little Music Nomad string changing tool. It's pretty groovy. It's really nice to just be able to like have all the tools in one little thing. So yeah, all I got to do is just clip these things off and then we're good to go. And if my battery doesn't die first, I'll do a really quick little jam with the microphone on the guitar so you guys can just hear it just a little bit better before I sign off. Boom, We're fighting a clock here. My phone's really close to dying, so we'll see how long it lasts. If I can do this fast enough to get to show you guys. I don't know if you guys heard that jingling in the back. That's my dog Kona, or our dog Kona, my wife and I's dog Kona. He's a Great Pyrenees. Let me see, hold on, I wonder if I can just like real quickly, just give you guys a quick little peek. There he is. Hey Kona, what's up buddy? He's been hanging out with me, helping me change the strings. There he is, there's Kona Bear. Okay, back to the main thing. Even though Kona is, I don't know, if it was me watching a live stream, I would rather watch a cute dog than watch some dude changing guitar strings. But I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but that's how I would be. I'd want to watch the cute dog. Okay, cool. Strings are done. Boom. All fresh and clean. Breed Love. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna tune it again really quick, and I'm gonna put the microphone in front of the guitar. Oh no, some of my trash is blowing around a little bit. The breeze is kind of picking up. I'm gonna tune it real quick. I'm gonna put the microphone in front of the guitar so you guys can hear it a little bit better, get a more accurate kind of sound of what it sounds like. And then we will chime off because my phone's about to die. And we've already been live for a little longer than I thought we would be. Okay. I'm always a little optimistic when it comes to like how long I'm gonna do my live streams. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hop on for 15 minutes and then I'm live for like an hour or more. I just enjoy it. I enjoy like talking to you guys and just hanging out and stuff. Okay, cool. We are all good. Move my little towel thing that I was keeping on the table to keep the guitar from getting scratched up. All right, this is gonna be a little tricky to kind of like fit all this in the shot. I'm gonna take my microphone off here. All right, there we go. Microphone's kind of close to the guitar. Hopefully it won't be too like weird. All right, that shaggy guy could really help you change the strings. I know, right? Well, usually he's sitting pretty close whenever I am changing the strings. So I think he's just really good for like moral support, you know? He is actually a little bit afraid of, he's not afraid of guitars, but he's afraid of like guitar cases and stuff. He had like he had a guitar case. He accidentally, when he was a puppy, knocked over a guitar case that he was kind of playing near, like a hard shell guitar case that he was playing nearby. And it scared him. And so now he kind of keeps his distance from like guitars and guitar cases because I think he still is like somewhat traumatized or worried that they're gonna fall over on him. So anyways, okay, cool. So anybody who's just chiming in, just in case, this is Michelle and I, my wife, Guitar Goddess. This is our new Breed Love Performer Pro. We just visited Breed Love's custom shop in Bend, Oregon, and they sent us home with this, to our new home with this Breed Love Performer Pro to use in some of our videos. And it was a brand new guitar, came with the new strings, but I'm real picky about the strings that I like to use, and my wife Michelle is too. These are the strings that we love to use. So Elixir Nano Web 8020 HD lights. We put them on every acoustic guitar we own, and so before we made some videos with it, we wanted to get our favorite strings on here and that sort of thing. So just finished up with the string change. So I'm gonna do a really quick little jam just so you guys get a chance to kind of hear what it sounds like with fresh strings on it, with our favorite fresh strings on it. Ever twisted some brush product? I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna say no because I don't know what that means. But I'm gonna set the mic down and jam a little bit. And yeah, let's see how this thing sounds. I'm gonna roll my sleeves up just a bit so they're not getting into the guitar. Okay, let's see. I don't remember the next part of that song, but it sounds really good so far. I hope that's coming through clear for you guys and not like blowing out the mic or anything. I really don't know. I think I got the mic set up all right, but just in case. Okay. Check the tuning again. Everything's solid. All right, throw a capo on for one or two more. Okay. It's a little hard to see what I'm playing sitting at this angle, so. All right. Oof, I butchered that right away. Hold on, I'm gonna move the mic a little too. Not bad. Sounds great. Little out of tune with the capo, so I'm gonna tune it one more time. Might play one more quick little jam, and then we'll call it good. Cause my phone's gonna die, and I need to go help my wife make dinner. Okay, cool. This song right here, this little piece of this song, is one of my favorites to test new guitars and fresh strings with. So I'm sitting at kind of a weird angle, so hopefully I can do it. So I'm trying to fit everything or as much as I can in the frame, but this one is a cool song I like to test guitars with and stuff. So here we go. That sounds pretty freaking good, guys. That sounds really, really good. Nice. Well, fresh strings on the new Breedlove Organic Pro Performer Pro. We are super excited about this guitar, super excited to get to do some work with Breedlove. They're one of our favorite guitar brands. They have been for a long time. And this guitar needed some fresh strings, my favorite strings. But it's a really, really great sounding and playing guitar. I'm excited to be able to make some more videos with this thing and share it with you guys, and yeah, get to make some awesome lessons with it. So thank you guys for hanging out. Like I said, just wanted to hop on a little live stream and hang out while I was changing my strings and talk to you guys, answer some questions, and jam a little bit and that sort of thing. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me while I was changing my strings. But yeah, I will see you guys soon in the next video. Later.